Good morning. Today, the topic is, does money buy happiness? What a difficult and nuanced topic. Does money buy happiness? I think that happiness does not come directly from money. I think that people that are poor can be just as happy as people that are rich. But I think people that are poor have some obstacles to overcome in happiness. I think first, to answer this question, we need to talk about where happiness comes from. I think there are a lot of studies about what makes people happy. But instead of talking about studies I don't actually know much about, I want to talk about, in my experience, what makes me happy and its correlation, its relationship to money. 2 years ago, I sat down and I wrote a list of things that make me happy. The list was specific categories that I need to have a high level of success or contentment with in order to feel happy. The first category was health. This category includes mental health and physical health. Taking care of your mental and physical health can cost money. For example, taking care of your mental health can require going to therapy. And usually, therapy isn't free. Taking care of your physical health requires things like going to the doctor, going to the dentist for your teeth, exercising, and many other things to take care of your physical health. Another thing to take care of your physical health is eating healthy food. And in the US, healthy food is generally more expensive than unhealthy food. So, I would say, in this category, having money helps a person to be happier. But there are also free things you can do to help your mental health and your physical health. For example, exercising can be a relatively cheap activity. All you really need is your body weight and to be a little creative with the exercises you choose. maybe you don't have money to talk to a therapist, but you can talk to your friends or your family. So, there are ways to take care of your physical and mental health that are cheaper. The next category in my personal happiness is spending time with family and friends. I think that money is not entirely necessary for this category, but it does help with the ability to have reliable transportation if you don't live close to your family or friends. Money also helps to be able to pay for activities like shopping or going to a concert or eating at a restaurant. So, you don't have to have money to achieve happiness in the category of hanging out with family or friends, but it can make your time more enjoyable. However, some of my favorite moments with my family or friends is when we are simply sitting around, talking, laughing, and maybe playing a game or doing an activity like running or hiking. The next category of happiness for me is creating and consuming good art. What does this mean? This means that I like to make sure I have time to listen to music, to watch movies and TV, and to see other types of art in the world. I also feel happiest when I can express myself through art. For example, I like to play guitar. I like to make videos. These hobbies take supplies like a camera, a microphone, a guitar. So, this is a category that does require some money. However, there are a lot of free ways to find art and to create art. For example, singing is free. And a lot of the time, if you walk around a city or in nature, you can find a lot of beautiful masterpieces that occur in everyday life. These are the main categories in my life that contribute to my happiness. So, I think that without a doubt, having money is helpful in contributing to each category. However, I think that sometimes People use their money to buy things that don't actually contribute to their overall happiness very much. Whenever I buy something, 90% of the time, I try to make sure that the item is something that will contribute to my happiness. And not just my happiness now, but my happiness long term. I think the answer to the question, does money buy happiness, is no. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it can help contribute. It can help contribute to things that do make you happy. What do you think?